So I recently got a question about the end pieces on the Raytech GSP-8A, and I'm going to try to address that in this video as quickly as I possibly can because I'm in the desert Southwest and this phone is overheating. So we'll see what we can get done here today. At the end, I've noticed that each machine has their own end pieces. They're all different. I started researching this a while ago, and no two are alike. This one is different, probably. Let me get a little light on the subject. So basically, the end cap on this is a piece which is made by a company called Crystal Light. It is threaded on. This piece right here can be purchased, and this is a pad which is an adhesive which is stuck on, so these can be taken off and put on. Essentially, the information you're looking for is this is Crystal Light. Arrowhead Lapidary Supply has some of these pads, and so does Kingsley North. Okay, I came across some of my old notes that shows that this stuff is called a crystal pad or a poly pad, and that it comes in various sizes. This is a 6-inch disc, and that Kingsley North currently sells these disc pads. Just FYI. Now, as for what thread these things are, this appears to be threaded directly into the arbor. This is a 1-inch arbor. I don't know the actual dimensions of the external thread. I don't know the thread pitch on this, but it's a 1-inch arbor, and this was tapped from the factory. This is not aftermarket. Somebody tapped this with a tap and die on a lathe, and it accepts the crystal pad, and this is a very common. Sorry, my phone shut down. It's 115 degrees in the garage, and it overheats quick. I have to do this in pieces. So again, the arbor is exactly 1 inch, precisely 1 inch, and I don't know the thread on the external, but I do know that this thing is tapped because of the screw that will go on the end of the Crystal Light disc. This tap is exactly 1/4 inch 20. It's a coarse thread, 1/4 inch 20. Okay, and they sell many. They sell more, discs, and you can put many different grits. Again, you can see the word. Hopefully, you can make this out. Crystal Light. And again, these are threaded the same, and these pads are all unique, and they can be sold separately, bought separately off of Kingsley. I saw last, and also on the Arrowhead. And hopefully, the paperwork that I showed you a minute ago came out in the last video. But we're looking at that. Okay, that's the information I just gave us. And this is the product brochure, and I cannot find the website anymore. So Crystal Light might be out of business long ago, but polypad and crystal pads can still be purchased. And I'm not so sure if you can see the part numbers, but I'll try to get it so you can. On the different size disc, this is a 6-inch disc, and there's different pads. Mostly for polishing. It's not for the harder grits. Okay, let's go. Basically, what we're looking at with the other side, and like I said, I may have mentioned earlier that when I started looking at these online, I noticed that there were many different GSP-8A. This is again a Raytech GSP-8A that did have none. They had no wheels on the sides at all. Some of them had a polishing pad, some of them had others. But this one basically, and I'm going to take this off with a couple of wrenches, this basically has a completely different threaded piece on it, and like that, and then you can separate that with a couple of wrenches, and off it comes. Hopefully this is coming out in focus. And it's a long threaded piece, and again, it's on the same 1-inch arbor. And this, I don't know the thread on this 1-inch arbor. I don't have a tool for getting that thread, but you can see here, this is threaded. Hopefully that can be seen. Anyway, yeah, it goes right on the end, and the bolt that's right here is the one that holds the nuts and the one that holds the collars on for these wheels. So there is no opening at the end. So the other one is drilled, so there's an opening at the end, which is a 1/4 inch 20. This one is not drilled. So my guess is these came as an option from the factory. And this is an aluminum wheel. This is an aluminum wheel right here, which has a thickness of about, oh, I don't know, 1/3 of an inch. Hopefully this is coming out. And this is a leather backing pad. This is a leather pad that can be adhered to it. And the best of my knowledge, we're looking at 1-inch arbor, 8-inch backer pad for a leather polish pad. That's simply what we have here. The leather polish pads can be used, taken off, peeled off, put on. But essentially what I do is I have different types of polish, like cerium oxide or lint, depending on what I'm polishing, or just AO 14-4, or I've used rouge, which is another polish, but essentially the red one. And essentially you wet prep this. It's wet. You soak it down, and then you just smear it on like paint. Okay, so you want a wet preparation, and then again, these pads, they will peel off. This is actually not a Velcro kind of a thing like you would see with some of the backer pads with wet polishers these days. They have a little kind of a Velcro-y thing to it. This does not have that. So again, that goes on the end. There's no other threads on the end of this thing at all. It's flat. It has not been tapped. And yeah, that's pretty much the ends. Again, there's more to this thing. Like if I really wanted to, I could do videos on what types of belts to use or what types of bearings to use for this. That would be another video because I've rebuilt this. This thing is built like a tank. Let me get out with that. Sorry, I'm on a tripod here in a cramped space. But this is built like a tank. This is going to be with me forever. There's no way I'm getting rid of this. Like every single piece of this can be rebuilt. For example, instead of using sponges, which wear out fast, I use car seat belts. Those are car automotive seat belts that you can purchase in like 3-foot lengths. And these hold up way, way better, and they still distribute the water directly across this. So they're way longer lasting. Yeah, there's all kinds of things that I could probably tell you about lubrications or, different types of speeds. This is adjustable. Again, I could tell you about the setup, how I built this. I've actually posted a complete review on how to rebuild the bearings on rocktumblinghobby.com under a name called Nevada Bill. So rocktumblinghobby.com has a full write-up on exactly what bearings to buy and exactly what sizes and what's required in changing those out. And I really like this machine. I wish, I almost wish I had two, because I like so many different grits, and so I'm always changing out these expandos here. I'm changing the grits on the expandos, running different 400, 600, 800, whatever. And then again, this should give you a good look at the end, and that's tapped and threaded. And then you can see this holds the collars on. I do not know the thread on this. I could probably find out if I need to. That's it. I bought a light from, I don't know, I think I bought this light from the Titan, the people that make the Titan grinder. Cab King, maybe a Cab King product. It's a real beauty. I just basically drilled a couple holes, mounted this thing to the top, and this has been a fantastic light. This light is fabulous. I could probably go into more things necessary, but yeah, I've used the heck out of this for about 5 or 6 years now. I'm really happy with it. Hopefully that answers the question on what's on the ends. Again, I've seen many different pictures online of GSP-8As. They all have different stuff on the end. Some have completely different polishing pad setups. Some have buffers on the end. Some have a wheel on the end, like an expando, which someone just mounted to the back. I don't know how you get that on there, but there's room for it. Yeah, so it's flexible, but it was made specifically to accommodate 4 wheels and a couple on the outside, which I use to put to good use. Actually, I use this is like a this is currently like an 800, so I like that. And in case that, I think that came through, but those are Crystallite products. And I don't know the model numbers, but I gave it earlier. Hopefully that came through on the video. But that's it. Hope that answers your question, and thank you for watching.